Now we got to get down in the muck. I feel like I would like to start off with a little apology to 28 Weeks Later, The Bone Temple. I was having some nits to pick just because, that's what you do on a pod. You critique art. To Live, Laugh, Love with Sam Rockwell. I took some shots, just because that's what you do. You critique art. And then I went and saw Psycho Killer. And I feel like I have to take back my criticisms of them. Some movies just are trying harder or making better, more interesting choices. Psycho Killer feels like the first two movie months of the year dud we had to me.
Right.
And this is the thing. I will say this, though. Rotten Tomatoes has this at a flat 0 last time I checked. I didn't think this movie was unbearably bad.
But keep in mind, Rotten Tomatoes, in order to get a fresh, is you have to have a positive review.
You just have to have one?
Well, essentially what it is...
It's not like a star system.
Yeah, it's not like what do you think this is? Because to me, this is like a 2.5 out of 5. What it is just every critic's like, this is not a good movie.
Right.
Like, they're not saying it's like a 0 out of 5. Just every critic agrees it's not great.
But it's not like bad enough to where somebody's going to be like, I kind of like
There's
it.
someone, I've always believed this. I think there's every movie has one person in the world that's their favorite movie.
They're just not on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's just subjective, right? And that's fine. This movie is not trying a lot. It's a little too convoluted. It's the thing about this movie that's the hardest to sit through is it's so fucking lifeless.
Yeah.
So it's hard to give a shit about a murdering spree when there's no life.
It had an opportunity to be a B movie classic. That's what I'd say.
There were a couple
times.
If you had just seen this on HBO, free cable weekend,
yeah,
you'd be like, oh, that was a fun.
That's what
ride.
I was thinking. If it was just a Netflix weekly movie or whatever,
yeah,
and you just
honestly,
watched
I think
it.
Netflix. I think there's a thing about when you go to the theater. I think we're still trained to expect a level of professionalism that this movie's just completely incapable.
I think there's an audience for this movie. I mean, it's very basic. Yeah. It's got a lot of tropes that it does nothing new, adds nothing new to the genre. But, I think people that want to turn off their brains and just kind of go along for
if you're a
ride,
Satan worshiper, I think you might be into this.
If you're a Satan worshiper, you're the most mad.
Why?
Because who did he fuck up? All the people having an orgy at the Satan temple.
Yeah, but it made it seem so easy to just go on a killing spree.
Right, but it also made it so easy to kill Satan worshipers.
Dude, he almost...
If I'm a Satan worshiper, which I'm not...
He got very close.
I would be furious.
He got very...
this is my weekend off. I'm at the orgy and you're just going to fucking murder me? That's way uncool.
Oh, you're talking... No, but those aren't... I'm talking about real Satan worshippers, dude. Not the gimmicky... The Malcolm McDowell people, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Those are the people that never...
No, I get it. You're like the Regina George of Satanists. You're just a mean girl who decides who gets in and who doesn't.
No, I'm just saying there are two different types of Satanists, dude. There are the ones that are the people that never grew out of their teenage rebellion stage. That's the Malcolm McDowell.
When does your thesis paper drop? I can't wait to read it.
And then you have the true believers, which are the ones like the dude that sleeps in the closet at the hotel.
I don't think there are true believers. I think there are people who are just like, this is going to increase my getting pussy output.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the Malcolm McDowell.
I think that's all of them.
That's why he killed all of them. They were only in it for the...
Exactly.
That's what I mean. I'm sure at some point nookie. Chris Angel was just in Hot Topic enough. He believed he was actually magical.
The real Satan worshippers you don't ever really know about like that. Like the Chris Angels.
Chris Angel was just a Hot Topic
creation. They're out in trailers.
He was a Hot Topic government plant. Why are we talking about Chris Angel? Here's what I'm saying.
Is he a Satanist?
I feel like we were a little negative last week. I want to start here. Let's talk about some things we liked that the movie did, right? Because right now it's getting fucking panned and wasted across the board. There's no reason for us to just fucking dogpile the shit out of this movie.
Right.
I will start here. I thought the killer was actually pretty awesome for big chunks of the movie. I really enjoyed this.
His physique.
And again, his physique was right on.
Well, he used to be a wrestler, right?
See,
this guy was a pro wrestler.
Was he? He looks like he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
I thought
he reminded me of
scenes with the
Kane.
Killer.
Was that? Yeah, it was like
way
Kane.
smaller than Kane, who was in See No Evil, right? When he was bald, Kane.
Yeah.
Well, and Kane is like beefy, right? This guy's kind of slender.
A literal giant.
But he even has the wrestler voice, which is so unrealistic.
Okay. So let's start.
I love the voice.
As much as I love the killer, the first time I heard that voice, I was like, what the fuck is that?
I
thought that was one of those, like he was doing like the guy from South Park. Hello. I was like, what are you doing? But I think there were chunks with the killer that were actually pretty awesome, right? The opening scene I thought was really fun.
Agreed.
The opening scene sets you up for the movie. You're like, oh my God, this is going to be pretty fucking rad. I thought when we were with
can
the
you go
killer,
over the opening scene for me again real quick? What?
So the opening scene is the guy's just driving, minding his own business.
Oh, yes. The
cop
cop
pulls out, and I don't want to victim blame, Why is the cop fucking with this guy?
Yeah.
For no reason, right?
That's
he
what
pulls
cops
him
do.
over with no fucking reason.
No. He did not pull him over.
The
He
guy
pulls
stops.
himself over.
Well, right, because the cop's fucking with him.
Yeah.
The cop's just like dogging him, and on his trail, he's like, all right, if we're going to do it, he pulls over. He sees pills, whatever. The guy's like, oh no, what do you want? Right? He's talking like, yeah, the Dwed Pilot Wabots. And so the cop's kind of fucking with him. And this other cop pulls up, the lady, right? And she's like, hey, he's like, hey, make some spaghetti for when I come home. And she's like, actually, I'll be in bed because they're married.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got it. I'm just going to run this guy in, judge a book by its cover. He's obviously a junkie. She feels something. She pulls around, is looking. And then next thing you know, right as she stops, she starts trying to run the plates on this serial killer who's been tearing across the country. And the guy pulls her husband in and fucking shoots him. She gets some shots off and then runs in and holds her husband as he dies lifelessly. He doesn't even look up at her.
That was a good death scene.
It was a good scene. And it gets to the fear of this, just a killer on the loose. You're just going through your job, right? We assume cops will protect us. Her dad even says in the next scene, a lot of people think that cop uniform's a suit of armor.
Yeah.
I thought the movie started, I was like, this is pretty
Agreed.
fucking rad. I'm into this, right?
Agreed.
And then it goes to the killer. He's in the back of a pharmacy. And when he caught that lady, I was
Yeah.
like, that's fucking
Not bad.
horrifying. And then, boom. But
When was the point? What was the
killer
point
shows-
where it went that way for you? Because I know the moment for me.
The moment for me is when she is like, I'm going to go kill him. And the dad's like, all right, I can't stop you. It's like, cool. When she just walks into the FBI and she's like, let me see your files.
Yeah, that
and
was
she's
bad.
like, I'm a highway traffic cop. And it's like, what? No. And your husband's a victim? Like, this breaks all kinds of ethical boundaries.
God.
And then the one FBI agent's like, I shouldn't, but I will. Meet me at a
Oh,
bar. And I'll do this.
my
And
God.
let me drive you to the crime scene. And I was like, oh.
So hacky.
Oh, my God.
The
Again,
acting terrible.
the killer stuff works. Everything with the cops
Yeah, bad.
is unwatchable.
I was still giving it the benefit of the doubt because the killer thing was
The killer was
interesting.
fun.
But
I liked when he killed that couple. He's like trying to fix the tire and shit, and he's
See-
just like,
see, that was the point that lost me
I
when
had
the
a problem.
tanker.
I had a problem with
the
that too.
tanker sliding by. Yeah, I was like, this is very much like a Nickelback music video moment. I was like, I don't fully understand why they're making this choice, but at least it was like, it's still fun. It's shenanigans. It's serial killer shenanigans.
It just
this is not like
lacked
a
any punch. I mean,
sure. This
yeah.
is not like a John Doe, like a serial killer
No.
who's gonna scare us. This is literally just a rampaging monster. He's Jason Voorhees, but like who still has to rent a hotel room.
That's the problem.
It gives his God-given name,
He
his
is
Christian name.
he is like a rampaging monster, right? But he's got
Yeah.
this mission.
Well,
So it's kind of I
yes.
feel like it's
I
almost
wanted to do some things that were nice before we got into what absolutely sucks about
Okay,
me.
well, so-
the worst thing in this movie, if we're being 100% honest, and this is crazy because this movie was sold to us as this is Andrew Kevin Walker's like
Back to the
big
serial
movie,
killer
right? We haven't
genre.
been
Yeah.
back in a while. This script is so unbelievably bad and convoluted, I feel like. I think the serial killer's mission is the number one thing that sucks the most about this movie. What
Well,
did you make of his mission?
So if he has this mission, right? It's kind of pointless for him to be causing the rampage on the way.
Yeah, that's true. Why would he alert
True.
like, hey, I've killed 55
Like,
people in a straight
The
line
thing,
towards one
the
thing?
thing that I was most excited about the movie was the senseless rampage. I was like, oh, this guy
Yes.
just like when he
It's a natural born killer's thing.
yeah, exactly. He turns around to kill the people that are just fixing their car. I'm like, there's no reason why he'd want to do this.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy psycho killer, right? The title makes sense. Everything makes sense. But then later you find out that this is actually a mission. He's going to a nuclear
3 Mile
Yeah.
Island.
Well, first he had to stop in a public library and steal 2 volumes
Because
of an
he's-
encyclopedia.
He's off the internet.
Yeah, he's not
off
on the
internet,
grid.
Yeah. So there's a
That's
bunch
cool.
of stupid little things. But yeah, it's like for a guy that has a specific mission, why would you waste time killing people at like hotels? And,
Yeah, it was one of those weird moments where I had to pause for a second. I was like, encyclopedia, what is... I remember it. It took me a minute. I was like, what a nerd.
But you're
I
right,
just laughed.
Sam. And he leaves clues.
And he leaves
in
clues.
blood written
Yeah.
on the
Well,
walls.
also, they're doing this weird thing where he's stealing all the painkillers everywhere he goes. So he's on tons of fucking pills.
What
and
was that
medicine.
about? That was a question I wanted to ask you guys. What was the
I
significance
think
of the
it's part-
painkillers?
it's- Okay, spoiler alerts for everyone. We should have said this. This is insane and convoluted. It won't ruin the movie for you because none of it makes sense ever. He is also, besides he's a Satanist who got killed for massacring a bunch of people. He went to
At a
jail and
church.
supposedly got killed. Yes, he was like a church killer.
Yeah.
He then inspired a heavy metal band that made songs about him, which somehow the FBI got vinyls of. And then
and they're number one in the Google search, by the way.
They're right there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, fuck,
Somehow,
right? This
yeah.
band. Yeah, Scott Wilson's band, Demiricus, number one, because they wrote songs about this guy. Scott Wilson, shouts out. But so they fucking find out he's a Satanist. He's this guy who killed everyone at the church. They think he's impersonating his name. No, at the end, we find out it's the same fucking guy.
Right.
But the reason, and his rampage goes in a straight line from Death Valley, California, where it started, because the government is kidnapping these worst criminals and doing experiments on them. And one of their dogs got off the chain and is now out fucking murdering Americans.
I totally missed all of that.
Well,
Yes,
dude-
it's like the movie Overlord, right?
So-
Like Nazis were making super soldiers. We're doing this, but for what reason? I guess to make super soldiers.
It's partially, though, they do try to explain the drug. I don't know if you guys were listening, but he's listening to a radio program or a podcast at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And the guy's talking
Oh,
about
right.
he's talking about the medical industry, and he's talking about how pills are good. Pills are destroying the world. We need to consume all these pills. We need to do all this stuff. And then you find out that he's consuming all these pills. I think that has something to do with it.
I think the problem is
Like
if
the
you're-
pharmaceutical industry is
Sure.
linked to Satan.
But if you're trying to do this fucking police procedural, an important part of that kind of a movie is that we can quasi follow the investigation and where they're finding evidence and how it's pointing to them in certain directions. There's fucking none of that in this movie. They have the FBI
Oh, yeah.
cops, all these municipalities, and this lady who is a traffic cop.
It is the easiest mystery to
Yeah,
solve.
she's just literally like on her cell phone, like, "Hey, I'm talking to hotels. Wait, you got him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm up." And it's like, what the fuck? Like, she just finds all this shit out, just calling people, like old timey calling people on the phone without like hitting the books hardly at all.
Yeah.
And the FBI guy's just like, "We got it, cupcake." But like, they haven't found
They haven't
shit.
done anything.
And I
Yeah.
was like, that's the problem. The police procedural of this is so bad. If you want to make a movie that's just following this psycho killer,
Yeah.
right? If you want to go like House the Jack,
Just follow him. Then.
follow him, and why is he doing this? Are the pills because he's hearing voices or delusions, frailties like that, right?
Yeah.
Give him some kind of fucking mission. He is compelling and interesting.
It needs more meat.
The cop,
Except we
the
never
cop
see his
segment is
face.
so bad.
He's always masked.
I think that's actually
That's
better.
the same.
You
And that's
liked
like
it?
Michael Myers, right? That's the
I
classic.
like not seeing the mask.
Yeah,
in it,
I like
or
that.
seeing
I know,
the
but
thing.
you have to balance that if it's going to be mostly him, which we do spend a significant amount of
We
time
do.
with this guy, and we never see him emote whatsoever because we can't see his face.
No, you
Well, I
do.
think
I think
because
he did a
he's a
good job
true
with the
zealot.
eyes.
Maybe a little.
The eyes
Well,
were pretty good.
He only has one emote, which is like, "I'll fucking flay you now." Like that's his only.
Well, no,
eyes.
he laughed in one of them. There was one when she put her hands up against the window. I swear his eyes laughed.
But he's not.
His eyes laugh.
I swear.
his eyes laughed. He's not.
That sounds like what you tell your dad when you have your first crush. His eyes laugh.
It seemed like, and I was like, dude, are his eyes laughing?
Were you alone in the theater watching this?
No, dude, it was packed.
No.
That's even crazier.
No.
There's
Was
no,
it really?
There is
Dude.
no theater on earth that was
Okay,
packed for
it was packed at 9:50 at the Imagine, and what was weird was I walked in there and there was a whole row of little kids, and I was like, wait, am I
That
in the
is
right
weird.
theater? And
Little
like,
kids for. Well, you took your son.
I took my son Hunter.
There
like
is the
little
orgy
kids.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my son, I was just like, eyeballs, and he goes, "Okay." My son just knows as soon as you see a tit, eyeballs. They can see the murders, they just can't see the orgy.
Yeah, the tits in this weren't that great.
I thought they were perfectly fine. I
didn't even remember.
I was a fan.
Sorry,
saw,
Sam,
like,
I don't judge from my ivory tower. You give me a titty, I say thank you.
I just
every
like
time.
a little more focus, like they were out of focus off the side.
I do like my tits to be in focus.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
That's a big thing. I can't see very well anymore. You know.
Okay. We're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit here. Yeah, let's talk about the mission of this killer, right? We talked about how stupid it is he's killing 55,000 people because his real mission is he's on his way to 3 Mile Island. This is the 20th anniversary of 3 Mile Island.
We don't learn this until third act
It's like
twist.
literally she's at the church where he committed the first crimes
Because
looking
she's-
through a rifle because she's going to kill him when he returns
That's
to the
where
church.
she thinks he's going.
Yes.
Because
And
she
then immediately she turns and just happens to see the stacks of 3 Mile Island and go, holy shit. Not only that, she literally on the roof goes, Jesus Christ. Like just seeing the stacks sends her, and she realizes there's another one of the things that's so stupid. This is a movie about a satanic spree killer, right? Like a serial killer. That's fine. That's all the movie I need. Just tagging on 3 Mile Island, since the 20th anniversary of 3 Mile Island, which has literally nothing to fucking do with the crimes he committed, unless they're saying him being in the community next to 3 Mile Island.
It was out of left field.
Is
So out of
part
left field.
of why he became a deranged Satan church guy.
I had no idea.
Yeah, as soon as they added that, it's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude,
right
you
now?
want to know what I was thinking when she panned over there? I was like, oh, it's not actually an island, huh?
think it's more peninsula.
I think that's not an island, is it?
There could be a bridge to get on it. We didn't see.
Oh, okay. Well, they're in Pennsylvania. Where's the body of water?
Aren't they right by the Great Lakes?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know geography very well, but I always thought it was like 3 miles off the coast or something.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean that was what the name would say.
If you are putting a nuclear power plant somewhere, I think you'd want to isolate it too.
That's what
An
I was
island.
saying. But
That
didn't it
makes
seem
sense.
like it was right in the city?
Yeah.
It did seem like there was like a neighborhood right between us and 3 Mile.
Well, they were saying like this is the whole eastern seaboard right here. If this thing melts down,
Yeah.
we're in bad shape.
What an absolute fucking
It was weird.
insane thing to add in the middle of the movie. It's like, what does this have to do with the Satanic Killer?
When was the last time you heard anything about 3 Mile Island? Too. It just.
I mean,
honestly, I
the
feel
90s?
like that's what I'm saying. I feel like Andrew Kevin Walker had this script in a drawer
This
before
was the first thing he wrote at Tower Records.
Exactly. Before he ever did 7.
Yeah.
And he just pulled it out. He's like, God, the bills are getting a little high this week.
I agree.
I might have to offload this.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
okay,
really
up a
long
little
If
time.
I
scrounge.
found out this was the first script he'd ever written, you could totally forgive this movie.
Right.
If this is hey, he's back, it's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's also so lame.
No.
It just has this boomer tone. Like, why are we still afraid of like Chernobyl events and like satanic panic? Like, there's a thing that just doesn't make a lot of sense. It feels like with the things we're afraid of now.
This movie has been in development, and this is according to Wikipedia, since 2007. You know who was first attached to direct? Fred Durst.
Oh, nice.
I don't think it would have been worse.
I don't either.
If I'm being honest, I don't think the
Have
movie's
you ever
any worse
seen
for
Fred Durst's movie, though? It's not horrible.
You mean the I gotta poop.
The poop?
I gotta poop. When Travolta goes into the story, he goes, gotta be fast, gotta poop.
Was that Fred Durst's movie?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
The
Travolta.
Fanatic.
I think maybe his first and last movie. I
No,
don't
he
know
had
all
one
his
where he
credits.
was like in prison or something.
Yeah,
Neither
that-
here nor there.
All right, anyways.
Fuck Fred Durst. Just kidding. He was cool and
That music video for Korn was good. I'll tell him that.
Freak on a Leash? Did
Freak
he
on a
direct
Leash.
that?
He directed Freak on a
He
Leash.
did?
Yeah.
Nick, we're gonna need a Google on
bullet-
that. That sounds like
Yeah.
absolute.
The bullet going through the wall.
Yeah.
There's no
that was
fucking
Fred
way that
Durst.
was Fred Durst.
Look it up, Nick.
I don't know about
There ain't
that.
no fucking chance. that's
Unless
Fred
my
Durst.
memories failed me, which it
First
often
of
does.
all, 3 Mile Island is an island. That's
Boom.
first.
Thank you.
I'll get back to the Fred Durst Freak on a Leash.
All right, well, come back to us.
So Nick, hurry! We're grasping at straws to make this movie we're talking about. No, I don't think it's. I actually talked to a director friend we have who was saying he wanted to direct this one. He said the script was different than what we saw. That the first half of the movie was the killer on a rampage. He kills the cop as the halfway point, and then it becomes her story after he kills her husband.
But it's just a rampage, or is he still going to the 3 Mile?
yeah,
Island?
he's just running around murdering.
I see.
everyone.
I think if they just
I
take
don't,
out
well,
the
it might have still had 3 Mile Island, but that would have been in her section. where
that's
she's
the part
trying to
I didn't
figure it
like. If he was just a crazy killer and she was chasing him, it could have been better.
out. Yeah.
You know what's also insane to me is that this has, I don't know what level of involvement he has, but Roy Lee is credited as a producer.
Really?
And so is Arnon Milchan, which that makes sense because they have like this Fincher connection. Arnon Milchan, I believe, was a producer on some of Fincher's movies, especially
Right.
Fight Club. But Roy Lee, he's doing all the best stuff. He is a producer on Companion, on Barbarian. I'm pretty sure Weapons.
He's just grabbing percentage on any horror movie
Right.
coming out.
Yeah, and so I thought, oh, okay, it's suspect that they're totally ignoring who the director is, and they're playing up the fact that it's Andrew
Yeah.
Kevin Walker
Yeah.
and Roy Lee.
Remember that guy from the 90s? And everyone's like, who?
Yeah,
What?
but I thought, hey, maybe there's something here. But then right before I went to see it, I was like, I need a refresher. I haven't seen any marketing on this, and I went back to watch the trailer, and it's still the teaser trailer, and I was like, oh, that's a bad
They
sign.
didn't even want to pay to edit
It's
a
rough. They're
trailer.
like, dude, we're going to
Yeah.
go a more is less strategy.
And the fact that it's a 20th century major studio, and they dumped it. They put
dumped
it in, I think, the minimal amount of theaters that they contractually had to do, which was like
Yeah, I mean, it didn't
1,000
even
plus.
come to our main theaters. We had to like.
If you think
find
about it, 20th century is so last century, isn't it?
That's true.
Oh,
If you think about it.
How do you like
old.
that? Greggy Polone, or what was the director's name? Gavin Polone.
Did you find
Gavin
out,
Polone?
Nick?
No, Gavin Polone. Oh,
Yeah. So Freak on a Leash was Jonathan Dayton, Valerie Ferris, Todd McFarlane,
Todd
Todd
McFarlane.
McFarlane,
that
3
makes
directors,
sense.
and you missed them all. Todd McFarlane of Spawn fame.
Fred Durst directorial outside of Limp Bizkit. It looks like he did Faith by George Michael.
That's it?
Well, no, that was a
that
cover
was
they
the-
did.
yeah.
They did a cover.
Oh, no, I'm
covered
talking about
Faith.
the director of the music video.
Yeah, it
that's
wasn't
what
Fred
I'm
Durst,
looking
bro.
Oh, that's what you're looking at? Okay.
Yep.
My
He
bad.
directed a Limp Bizkit video. Sam is also a throwback to the 90s where you just say shit with absolute certainty.
Right.
And we used to just sit around
Yeah,
bars
sure.
and shit and just be like, well, fuck, I can't counter that. He knows.
Exactly.
He knows what he says.
Honestly,
He says it with
someone
confidence.
someone probably told me that, and I was like, okay.
Dude, we used to literally, it was just a contest of like who believes their bullshit more. And you would just say it with conviction.
You couldn't verify it otherwise.
Yeah, and everyone just like, well, fuck, I'll look it up
Yeah, I
tomorrow in the
I
library.
actually hate the internet.
Yeah, I got to steal the N and T versions of the encyclopedia and see if
Right?
they're right.
Yeah, like this killer, Sam's off the internet too.
Yeah, it's like, here's a microcosm scene that sucks in this movie, right? So this guy's a psycho killer. He's got to go get whatever. I thought the scene where because this is the thing that fucking killed me too, because the scene before it, right? He goes in to do a confession.
Oh,
And the guy's in the
I don't want to talk
confessional.
about this. I wanted this for messed up moments.
All right,
But
let's
go.
go.
No,
That
we
scene
can go.
is
We
so
can go.
fucking cool, right?
It's great.
I was like, I love this.
Where he juice boxes the priest.
Yeah. The next thing he does, not the way they do in the news. Not the way they do in the news. Wait for it. Don't get mad.
Not that juice box.
It's not the priest juice boxing him. It's different. So he goes to this hotel. Why does he use his real name?
Right?
He's in the room. He's like getting a shower. Right? All of a sudden, the cop's like, he's fucking here. She's like, call backup. Like, first off, why don't you call backup?
Yeah.
2, why don't you just put a gun on
Exactly.
the fucking door? She's like, I'm 5'3". I'll go in. And she's seen this guy on tape.
Yeah.
He's fucking
It was
huge.
nuts. She knows he's in there. Why
Yeah,
does she not
and
wait for
she knows
backup?
He has a gun and fucking dynamite, and he stole grenades. Like, what the fuck are you doing? She goes in, she's like, hey, and he just obviously beats the dog shit out of her
Just
and
chucks her out the window.
throws her out a window. That was the one thing where you're like, the guy we've seen in this movie, he's ripping her fucking head off like the Predator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's a movie, so he just kind of throws her through the window.
Well,
and then
she does hit him in the crotch, so that disarms him.
Like 3 or 4
There's
times.
no Satanist that's not fucking abusing their crotch all the time, and that's just like ready for
That's
combat.
his one weak spot.
I think all Satanists just go at themselves all the time, willy-nilly.
Man, that's a bit presumptuous of you.
Oh, no, you said there's 2 kinds of Satanists. Ones that attack their dicks and ones that I just say, I thought that scene was ridiculous for like 50 reasons.
What was
and that's
more
the
ridiculous
eternal
about it-
problem of this movie.
The more ridiculous part was immediately after he chucks her out the window, right?
Yeah. And then he crawls through the tiny window.
and then he's just across the street in a neighborhood. We have no orientation whatsoever, and he beep beep like gets into
He
his
walks
car.
out the back, gets in his car, and guns it.
He's
But
smooth.
where is that neighborhood? Like,
It's
he-
behind the hotel.
oh,
yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's where he jumped out of the window on the ground
Why?
floor. Of the
Why
hotel.
not park in the hotel parking
Well, you
lot?
always
Yeah.
park a block away from where you're staying, dude. If you're
Yeah,
staying
that
this-
makes perfect
Well,
sense.
he only has one suitcase, and he's fucking humongous. So that makes perfect sense.
Also, didn't they say he changed his car, but he never changed his car? She's like, we don't know.
He was just driving that
Well, dude,
Charger
the
the whole
second
time.
time we see it, it has a back window again. And you're like, we just literally saw that get shot out in the first
I
fucking
think
scene.
he stole another Charger.
Yeah, I think he just steals mini Chargers. He always steals the same Charger and the same thing. And then
He's a man that knows what he likes.
here's another thing. If I'm just gonna add a new like movie setting to my list of things I never want to see, don't ever show my terrifying murderer riding in a golf cart. That is immediately like complete loss of cred. Never put your killer in a golf cart. There's nothing cool about a golf cart.
I thought he was
We
going to
live
kill
in
him
the
when he saw
Midwest,
the golf
and there
cart.
is an onslaught of old people or people our age who like to take their kids. And instead of like, hey, let's go on a family walk and, get some exercise, let the dog stretch her legs. Like, let's pile our fat bacon asses into these golf carts and pollute and create more traffic. And just you'll see these families.
Most
dude,
of
just
them are electric.
Yeah.
fucking riding around in golf carts. No one's ever seen a person in a golf cart and be like, man, I got to suck them off immediately.
Tiger
That's
Woods,
the way it
maybe.
is.
Tiger Woods, probably.
That's
Guaranteed.
one. There's one. Tiger Woods was the one. But they're probably seeing his bank account
Yeah.
and wanted to suck that
Plus,
off.
he probably has a badass golf cart.
Okay, anyone who's not on the PGA Tour, who's been in a golf cart, no one sees them and is like, I want to suck them off.
Wait, what about all the Hollywood people in the
That's
back
true.
lot riding around in
No,
those golf
that's still,
carts?
it's never cool. It's
Okay.
never cool.
Mia Goth was in a golf cart in Triple X or whatever. Or
Maxine?
Maxine. She was pretty hot.
See, I've already erased that movie from my memory. She
I'd
was
suck
so
off Mia Goth.
Yeah,
sure.
hell yeah.
All right, I would suck her off, but not if I had seen her in a golf cart.
I'd
See,
suck
I
her
forgot
on
that
and
scene,
off.
so it's
Yeah.
fine. Dude, by the way, now that we're just looking for interludes, did you see? I didn't realize that her and Shia LaBeouf were together.
Yeah.
And that they broke up and that the breakup, I'm not blaming Mia Goth for this at all, but he immediately went to Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
I just missed his rampage. I got back right after.
Oh, you were there.
Oh,
Yeah.
right before he went
Heath
nuts.
was rampaging there last week.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
like, beat
reports
this
were-
LaBeouf,
they
and
said
then he does.
LaBeouf was literally terrorizing the entire town.
Which is
of
saying
Look.
something
He's
for
so
New Orleans
little,
on
right?
Mardi
It's
Gras.
crazy because
How is
I
he
saw
terrorizing?
him getting in a fight. He does the classic. It's not as cool as he thinks. But then the next day he's got like cuts on his face and shit. The news comes up and they go, Mr. LaBeouf, how do you like Mardi Gras? I was like, it's great. I like the people. And the guy's trying to fuck with him and he just goes, we're done, right? And he puts his hand on the camera and the guy's like, yeah, we're done. Don't punch us. He's like, bless. It's just like, what the fuck?
He's still cool as shit.
Yeah. If I saw Shia
He's a
LaBeouf,
wild ass.
He's
see,
wild.
that's cooler. As soon as he gets in a golf cart, not cool anymore.
I don't know. Shia LaBeouf might be able to pull off a golf cart.
Here's a fun story. When I used to live in LA, I almost ran over Shia LaBeouf and murdered him.
Was he in a golf cart?
No, he was on a fucking scooter, like a fucking Italian scooter, like riding around
Oh,
Toluca
a
Lake.
Vespa?
Yeah, like a little cool scooter. And I was pulling out, and all of a sudden I just went, and I looked over. Thank God, because I was about to go. I would have killed him. I was at my dentist,
Oh, you would have.
and I almost fucking
yeah.
ran over and murdered Shia.
You could have
LaBeouf.
saved New Orleans from
Well, you know
their
what's- yeah,
reign
you know
of
what's
terror.
crazy? He didn't fucking freak out on me at all. I kind of slammed on my brakes, and I did the like, and he just looked at me and kept going. Like I could have got fucking jumped.
Well, he's still happily married at that point.
Maybe.
I think this was even before.
So he's happy.
I think this might have been close to Transformer money phase.
Oh, yeah.
So he's good. Anyways, that has nothing to do with Psycho Killer. All right, let's talk about a scene in Psycho Killer. The Satanic
Yeah.
Bungalow. Because this is the thing. The killer starts getting tracked down. He escapes in his fourth Charger, I guess.
Yeah.
He needs help. So he puts out personal ads.
Personal ads. That's the beacon
personal
that he
ads
puts
are
out.
like MWO, which we never learn what that means.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What is
Mouth
it?
World Organization. I don't know what it stands for. Malcolm McDowell's or Malcolm McDonald's assistant reads his classifieds for him every day.
Yeah.
Because Malcolm McDowell he's essentially like a guy who ran grocery stores and had Satan orgies on the side.
Yeah.
So he's really into the decor and aesthetic of Satanism,
He likes
but
the
really he's
culture.
just a grocer.
He's a poser.
He's a
And so, yeah,
capitalist.
he has his assistant go down on a golf court, get the Psycho Killer a golf cart. He's like, my assistant reads all the classifieds and answered your ads, right?
Why is he placing the ads? He's just looking for his army?
He's looking for help. He's like,
Yeah,
I need
right,
help.
right.
And so he goes to the
Because he
Satanist
can't use the
chapter.
internet, basically.
Yes, and we do this thing where we look at his reflected, Joe Biden glasses, right? And he's got to like, judge everyone at this dinner. Because there's just all these people like, just like hitting coke
Yeah.
and fucking eating. And he's like, these people seem a little bit like posers. Malcolm McDowell's just fucking rant. Like anyone who's done blow, you know exactly this dinner. It's the worst when people are just like, I'm gonna fucking riff right now. You're just like, fuck. And so he doesn't say anything. He goes upstairs. He's like, I need to know who has Homer Simpson's job at 3 Mile Island.
Right.
And the guy's like, all right, cool, man. And as soon as he gets that info, the Psycho Killer comes in and sees they're doing an acid orgy ritual where they're all doing acid. There's like a hot Asian lady who has an
Yeah.
upside down cross, and
Right.
the grocer is going to pound her out. All these other guys are getting sucked off. And the giant sees it and he's like, not on my fucking watch.
Yeah.
And so he lets the golf cart guy go because he goes, you're a true believer.
I didn't get that part.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, what did the golf cart guy
Yeah.
ever do that makes us think he's a
Also,
true
why
believer?
does the golf cart guy not escape on the golf cart? He runs on foot.
Because
That's true.
Can I say this? I don't know. This is a very 90s thing, and I feel like I shouldn't say it, but this is something my dad used to tell me all the time. I'm sure a lot of your dad says, but I wanted a scooter so bad. It was like the phase where everyone was getting little scooters to ride around instead of bikes, right? Because we weren't quite old enough to drive, but everyone had a scooter. And my dad just laughed in my face. And he went, scooters are like fat women. They're fun to ride, but you can't let your friends see. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like 13 years old. I was like, I don't even know what
That's
that
such
means.
a boomer guy thing
It's
to
such
say.
a boomer, like Republican dad thing to say. And then he just went back to watching Bob Knight on TV. And I was like, what? Like, and then lo and behold, spoiler alerts, no one fucked me for years after that. I had no idea.
you
what
rode
he
a
was talking
scooter?
about.
So
Yeah.
you think he didn't want to be seen in the
I think he
golf
didn't want to
cart?
get caught in a golf cart. I think golf carts actually follow a very similar mantra. See, this is the thing. The golf cart's gotten less cool. The plus size woman has actually gone up in status.
Hell yeah.
The plus size women are now higher in status. My dad was wrong. He's an idiot. But we all knew that.
Actually, I think scooters are pretty cool now, too. I don't know. They're all over on the streets,
No. Like the bird scooters.
Yeah, the
like the
bird-
stupid scooters. Those are lame.
Are those lame?
Yeah, I want like a Vespa.
My
This
bad.
is insane. We're just trying to fucking talk about things.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy he went back and killed all the orgy people. That made me sad.
I was indifferent to the whole thing.
that was the wild. I'm trying to like figure out what the director was going for with the one shot. Like I'm going to
with the slow motion,
regular
This was
speed
a classic.
ramp.
This was a. I'm a little unsure. He's been shooting for days. He's
CGI
like, I
blood.
don't know if this is any good. And he's like, let me flex here.
Yeah.
Gavin Polone or whatever. He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna shoot the fuck
They
out
so
of this.
clearly had to recompose the frame and post because like certain like basic composition was cut off.
Also,
so much of it was blurred.
CG gore.
CG was
sucks.
terrible.
Like that's even an easy one this movie could have done. Just give us real fucking gore.
Yeah.
Ugh, the worst.
Yeah, even the Malcolm.
They killed Malcolm McDowell. You didn't even see it.
Yeah, that seems.
Dow,
I mean, I get what
McDowell.
they were trying to do. Like the blood coming over the back of the throne was kind of a image. I don't know.
think so.
You don't think they were trying for
I
something
think
there?
they were just pasting over a really badly shot scene.
I think there was something where like they didn't have it that worked, and if they did it that way, that you didn't have to see the mistake.
Right. Okay.
That was my theory. Because I was like, that
Because
was
I was trying to see, like, why don't you see his face?
Well, then again, the fucking Kansas City Highway Patrol lady's now just openly firing guns in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? And she's got a sniper
With
rifle.
a sniper rifle.
But also, like, she shoots once and she goes, fuck! And just runs to her truck. And the psycho killer just beats her to his car and runs her off the road. She's like, fuck!
Well, dude,
That's like,
no.
what is happening?
The stupidest part of that was she shot what she thought was him, right? Wouldn't she think you hit him? Like, why did she say fuck?
Right. Well, why didn't she, like, go fucking finish the job?
Or just wait and make sure he doesn't come out of the
'cause
house?
Also, the Satanist lit the orgy on fire. That was the other thing. So the whole
Well,
house is
dude,
burning
think about
down.
it this way. How long have you been out there in the woods waiting to get your shot? And then as soon as you get it, you just leave your spot? Why not wait to make sure he doesn't come out the house?
No shit. I don't know.
Like, she could have killed him easily.
Again, I think there's like 50 versions of this that are better.
Yeah.
But she might have thought he escaped out the back against something.
I mean, his car was right there in the front.
It's just so rare. Because again, to your point, this is a studio movie. The famous thing about studio movies is how you get so many rounds of notes that just dilute and destroy and crush everything. The one benefit with an indie movie is you can really make the movie you want and let the cards fall where they may. This is one of the first movies I've ever seen. I was like, where were the executives? Where were the
Why didn't
studio
anybody
notes?
step in?
Like literally no one thought this needed help. Like that's like the dumbest fucking scene I've seen in a movie in so long.
This movie was in development for almost 20 years.
That's insane.
Like, here's one of my theories. If a movie's in development for more than like 2 years, it's probably just not going to happen. Go back to have you ever seen one of these movies? This has been in development for decades. That's actually been good. Like, is there famous examples of like movies that were in development hell that actually ended up being good?
Yes. I think so. Like Titanic, right?
Wasn't Star Wars or no?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't think of any movie that's been in development for 20 years.
There are examples. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
and this isn't even like waiting for technology to exist like Titanic. Like, this is you could have shot this movie in the 60s.
Schindler's List was in development for a long time. It passed hands around.
I think Schindler's List is dealing with some stickier subject matter than Psycho Killer.
Yeah,
I think that's more of like
they needed a lot of time to pass.
Yeah, I think that's honestly it. Like, this
Probably,
is insane that this movie didn't just come out when he was 15 and wrote it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, this would have been a good, I don't know.
Yeah,
early 90s movie maybe.
And then you add the 3 Mile Island might be the dumbest fucking thing
What's that?
I've ever seen.
What's that gif of the woman? I don't know what it's from. It looks like she's like, I don't know who the actress is. She's a blonde lady and she's like looking around and her eyes are shifting around and you have all of the like clues transposed in front of her.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That is what is it? Fucking Alan
like doing
from
math.
The Hangover, where all the
or that one, or that one. That's maybe a more recognizable example. That's what happens in this movie.
You're like, wait, what?
She like pictures his tattoo of the
nuclear. The tattoo shifts. Okay, so there was a show when we were a kid called Wishbone the Dog. And it had this happen all the time in Wishbone the Dog. That was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Not Wishbone.
And then he goes in and he just lays waste to the nuclear plant. And she somehow gets her sniper rifle through the bulletproof
Dude, he gets in way too easy past the two guards.
Too easy.
Yeah. Well, because there's 2 guards and he just goes, grenade!
Yeah, there's 2 guards and 1 gate to get into 3 Mile Island.
Well, yeah. Just to get in there. But then, to guard the actual
because he's hiding
door.
under a blanket with this guy's wife. And he's just like, I got to come back, Frank asked me. And they're like, fine, fucker.
But also,
and that's it.
But also, dude, they do a good... Or they show the dog going around sniffing the car. I'm like, if he's not sniffing for bombs, what the fuck is that dog sniffing for?
That's right, because he does have
has
dynamite
dynamite on
and a
his
grenade.
chest.
Yes.
So he would trigger.
I'm like, they cut down to the dog. I'm like, why don't you just cut that out of the movie, you dumbass?
Because that would absolutely, he would smell dynamite.
Like, that would be the main thing he's trying to smell.
I didn't even, I think maybe at this point my brain was in like a mild coma.
Exactly.
And so like I
You're
didn't
like,
even
what
notice
the
the
fuck
bomb
ever.
sniffing dog.
Yeah.
The
That's
bomb
crazy.
sniffing dog, yeah.
And then after so many dumb shenanigans, right? He's like doing blood on the floor and he's like, Satan. He sounds like Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Satan, we're gonna and she fucking shoots him. Again, also wild choice to just start shooting at him when he's literally wearing a fucking WWE belt of dynamite and a grenade.
You gotta do
Her
what you gotta
idea
do.
when he's holding the grenade that he's gonna use as the detonator is to shoot his forearm, hoping he throws the grenade away.
It worked.
Oh, magically it fucking
It definitely worked.
Then she shoots him again. The guys come in, they clear it out, and they're gonna fix fucking 3 Mile Island. It's not gonna melt down.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, they had the dumbest fucking thing to the movie, which is at one point a conspiracy theorist calls the thing, and this is where they're talking about the government takes people and they're experimenting on them, and that sometimes they get out and fuck with us, right? Like maybe that's what Dahmer was, all these things.
Yeah. And
They literally
Manson-
show the fucking convoy taking him back to the like desolate prison in the middle of the fucking Death Valley desert. And I was like, was there someone in this world that was like, well, you never know, sequel. We gotta keep this alive. I was like, that is wild. That after reading the script, after watching any footage, that you had the audacity to assume this could get a sequel. Because again, to me, I think this is like such a, I expected nothing. I thought nothing of it. I knew really early on, I was like, this is just going to be kind of a dumb chaos movie. You know, a lot of the movie was just him killing for the sake of killing. I could ride with that.
Yeah.
I honestly, it was a fun ride until they added the 3 Mile Island shit in, and then it just fucking nosedive for me.
Even that.
Because even the cop being shitty, I could like get by on that.
It just still took itself too seriously, and it didn't need to. It would have been
That's
so
a
much
great way
better
to put it.
Yeah.
if it just leaned into the absurdity.
That
Just
is
schlock
that is a
fun.
great
Yeah.
point.
Well, this
Yeah.
is big. This movie should have been more. What was that? Victor Crowley or
Crowley,
whatever?
yeah.
The Kane Hodder movie.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just the big fucking hillbilly in the swamps, and he just kills people. Or Terrifier. That's what this movie could have been.
He was trying to be too big.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it tried to be smart. It was like this fucking terrible airport novel
It
plot
tried
that
to
I just
be-
didn't understand at all.
I feel like it thought it was Longlegs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Longlegs has this layer of like interesting artistic expression that this movie
this does
never
not.
has. It has no thoughts. It doesn't talk about the lore of the Satanist, the lore of the church, why he thinks this is going to happen.
Well, and
why
Longlegs-
is the government making super shredder serial killers? Like none of it is explored at all.
It's too big scale. Like there's way too many people involved in this story for it to be good, basically. Because this would not be able to happen. Like Longlegs happens because it's like one girl hunting one guy,
Let me in
and it's just like a small
now.
story that's creepy as fuck. This is a giant story where a guy's trying to blow a hole to hell.
Yeah, he's literally going to rip our
And like to Heath's point, they could have just made it comical and just fun, and it would have been way better.
And it had those moments where it was absurd, over the top. The tanker truck. Why
Yeah.
did that happen?
the killing the orgy people. You're like, these are fun little moments of mayhem. Like that's
Yeah.
Just
fine.
throw in like
That
3 or
could
4
have
of
been
those.
so much better,
It
though.
could have been better, but I thought the guy putting his mask on and all that and carrying his suitcase, like
Yeah.
there was enough intrigue for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm digging this killer. And then they just kept adding layers. And I was like, no.
Too much.
The weight is too much for
Too
even
much.
his gigantic shoulders to carry.
I
Nice
was even on
shoulders,
board
yeah.
with the 3 Mile Island. I'm like, okay, that's a choice. Well,
Yeah.
fuck it. Let's see what happens. And then they just puss out and kill him. Or
even
he
if they
doesn't even die.
drag me to hell, right? Like he actually pulls it off.
That would be
It's
interesting.
just the
and then
most.
she's like, now I lead a band of fucking anarchists because the world's over because demons are coming.
Yeah,
out.
it's just
Well,
like
then you
the,
have a sequel.
the most wet balloon air release
yeah.
out of a movie that.
You thought it was a fart, little shit came out.
Exactly.
That's what the end of this movie.
Smells kind of bad, doesn't it?
No, it's so, dude, I was just watching it. It's like it's a real head scratcher. There are just choices after choice here. And again, I think maybe this shows Mr. Polone has quite an illustrious career as a producer all the way back to 8mm, which is where I'm guessing this all started.
Yeah, probably.
There's a huge difference between producing and directing.
Yeah.
And the script for this movie's fucking bad. This is the most fucking dead fish movie I've ever seen. There is not a breath of life in any of the characters, in any of the camera work, in any scene. There's no energy. what did they call it? Crispin Glover in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. You're a dead fuck. Because then you just lay there and you're not fun to fuck. That's this movie. It's not fun to fuck.
And it is crazy. This guy was attached to direct to make his debut. Still, this is his directorial debut. And he was attached right after Durst left the project, like around 2010.
Yeah.
You don't think you'd maybe like in the meantime during
somewhere in there, I know other directors were being floated.
Sure.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So maybe he like lost interest and then, oh, well, Curb's over. Maybe I have some time now.
God, why wouldn't you just do a practice, a short film or something in between? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if Andrew Kevin Walker came to you, like, I want to do whatever he's doing, but I might read it and be like, I have some thoughts.
Yeah, who knows?
I have a couple notes. I know you're a better writer than me, but Jesus Christ. It's terrible. This movie, dumb, fun, mostly sucks. Sam.
What?
What's the most messed up moment in Psycho Killer?
Ooh. It's a moment that you don't actually see, but I thought when he killed the poor lady that is just trying to clean his room, granted, she should not have disturbed him.
Well, she said he didn't have the sign up right. She couldn't see the sign.
Oh, he didn't have the sign
I
up
feel like
right?
at that point he should punish himself.
But also, if you're sleeping in the fucking closet, just let her clean the room, dude. Why do you got to kill her? You know?
Because he's psycho.
Well, he
He's
is
a
psycho.
killer, Sam.
Right. But
It's
anyway.
right in the title. That one you have to blame
Like,
yourself
she didn't even
for.
get any screen time. I feel like that's the most
Yeah, they
messed up.
didn't
No, she did. All of her innards
blood.
and blood were all over the wall that the FBI agent illegally let her into.
I can't believe they didn't even license the Talking Head song.
Yeah.
Either. I mean,
Yeah,
what
they
the
didn't
hell?
even do the cool, like, have a woman with a husky cigarette voice do the Psycho Killer.
Yeah, they could have done for the
Yeah.
trailer. Or they never had
Every
a trailer.
movie does that now. You just take a fucking famous song and just drop the chords down. Make it deep as fuck. Yeah, okay. Sam's is a housemaid who gets killed and we never see it. Good moment. Heath, what's the
A lot
most
of blood.
messed up moment in Psycho?
A lot of blood.
Not only is it the most messed up moment, it is by far my favorite moment of the movie is when he goes to the confessional. And what is it that he's wielding? It's just like a pipe.
It's like a metal tube, like a copper
Yeah,
pipe.
like where do you even get that?
The priest is like, what do you have to confess, my son? Just
Yeah, and he's just like, church really formed me. And the guy's like, great, this is all great news. Did you sin? And he's like, ah!
and he spears him right in the neck, in
Yeah.
the jugular. And what I wasn't expecting is that he was juice boxing the
Yeah,
priest.
so he's on the other side, like a hamster. And he's like, dude, this is incredible.
Dude.
That was the scene. I was like, this is so
I was
much
not
fun.
prepared for him sucking the blood out of this long pipe.
It was so cool. Again, another moment you're like, if only that mattered to this story
It
at
had
all.
nothing to do with
Yeah,
anything.
that's a great story.
what
A
I
guy's
really
running
like-
around juice boxing priests. That's incredible.
What I really liked about that part was throughout the movie, right? He's very slow and methodical about everything.
Yeah.
But then when he stabs him, like he kind of breaks character. He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get down there."
Yeah,
and he like
that's right.
Whoa, this is coming up faster.
It's true.
He's like Daniel Day-Lewis when he breaks ground. He's like, get
Yeah.
the kosher.
He's
No,
like,
it was
I can't be cool.
It was
in
like
this
when
moment.
we
Yeah.
had two-a-days in football, and they like let us go one at a time for the hose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's fucking great. If I had to pick a most messed up moment, I think it's crazy. This is twofold. One, seeing our killer, who we're supposed to think's like this unstoppable force, ride in a golf cart, and he's riding bitch, not driving. That blew my fucking mind. That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. If I had to pick, though, him just like, he sees other Satanists who aren't as committed as him, but they did let him stay in their house and told him who the Homer Simpson was.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he just sees them like doing drugs and doing dick sucks and stuff. And he's like, well, I'm going to go fuck that up.
Right.
I was like, that felt like he was actually an agent for God. That felt like he was working for God because no one likes
Total buzz.
Well,
to
hey,
destroy us having fun
He
more than
did
God.
pause when she showed him the crucifix in the right position, and then he only killed her when she moved it out of the way.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe this psycho killer is not the Satanist he thought, but
Maybe,
he's working
yeah.
for the upstairs.
Oh.
Because if you were a real Satanist, you would never stop a dick suck.
So you
Right?
think he's just taking all the other drugs so other people don't get them?
I think he's just being maybe a little bit of a hypocritical piece of shit.
Well,
I think maybe
Satanists-
he's a
yeah.
liar.
A little sanctimonious.
Yeah, if you're a Satanist and you see orgies and old guys banging hot women that they never would be able to without money, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's your people, dude.
That's what it's
That'd
all
be
about.
like Walt Disney saying, like, you know what I don't want anymore? Sunscreen and overweight people. Like, Disney would collapse overnight. That's it. That's their demographic. That's what you do. I don't know. This movie was so stupid.
That's
That's
who
the
we
kind
are.
of things I was like thinking about. I was like, why is this guy stopping? Dick sucks. It makes no sense.
He's a terrible Satanist, is what you're saying.
I think he's just terrible at everything.
Yeah.
But the actor,
Except for lifting weights,
The
which you
actor
never
did-
see him do.
He is pretty
the
jacked.
actor was great. Like, I thought the performance was great. He was scary. He had great screen presence. And then, yes, both script and director just failed him at every opportunity.
Yeah,
This is the first like huge dud of the year.
for sure.
I think it has enough stuff that I don't think this will end up being like the worst movie we see of the year of like in theaters. But I bet it'll be fucking close.
There are enough redeeming moments, again, like we've pointed out, that make it at least, I don't know, fun to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This was not fun to talk about.
I thought it had some good style.
I remember I was the first one to see it, and I texted you guys. I said, that's the fucking dumbest movie I've seen in years.
Yeah.
And then Griffey was like, well, should we do an audible? Should we do a different movie?
We try. It might not seem like it. We try to not just shit on movies all the time.
I said, no. There's enough to talk about in this movie. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I took my son Hunter when in. He's like pretty mid.
Pretty mid.
That's not bad.
Mid's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, mid's fine. Mid's
If I can make a mid movie, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, hopefully we have. Enough of this movie. Let's sell our movie. Go to Indiegogo. Type in Mr. Cream Jeans because we've been shadow banned by maybe a Satanist killer who's lying because he's also approved.
Probably, yeah.
Right. We are pro orgy.
Secret
With
Jesus
Mr.
follower.
Cream Jeans. So yeah, you can help us. Go type us thanks. We've been shadow banned by pussies. And you can join this very pod, talk about whatever you want, do a film festival draft, help us get our movie out into the world. Make sure you find us on Patreon, the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page. Lots of fun, awesome stuff over there. Make sure you stay tuned for Dandino's new pod from and inspired by. Make sure you find and follow Misfit Parade on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the fucking places. We're there. You're there. Maybe we could take some drops together and do some stuff.